So, weekly rocket report. Hey, that's a newer picture right there. Yes, it's rocket time. Weekly rocket report. So, as a reminder, Rocket is 18 years old, and he's coming up on 18 years, 7 months. As in 3 more days will be 7 months old. 18 years, 7 months old. So, yeah, he's getting there, and he's doing okay. I mean, he has his moments of both good times and bad times. Now, currently, with Mrs. Gimpy, she's picked him up and carrying him around for whatever reason. She took him out to the porch to get some exercise to, do things. And she said he started to lay he what he does is he lays down and he kind of like uses his paws on his nose type stuff, and he makes noises and stuff. Nothing, bad noises or anything, just kind of like a frustration type noise, and it freaks her out. And I just say, just let him do his thing. Just let him do his thing. And if he does it, lays down too long for that, just pick him up and make him walk around it or walk it off. Can he walk on the stairs? No. No, that's not a good idea for him to walk on the stairs anymore. He does not have the leg strength coordination anymore. Simply because you got to remember he's got arthritis in his hips and probably a little bit in his back too. So he and he doesn't see very well. And so that's was it about 2 years ago? I think it was. It was about 6 months before Mickey passed, and Mrs. Gimpy stopped letting them go up and down the stairs on their own. She started carrying them up and down, and it was mainly because of their vision. Because going upstairs is one thing, which they seem to be okay with, which is what she let them do. But going downstairs, she would carry them down simply because the they their depth perception is non-existent with the bad vision, so they couldn't tell how when they were getting close to the bottom stair type deal. So she would just pick them up and carry them down the stairs for that. But for coming back and going up the stairs, she would basically just keep on a short leash because there is a gap between our stairs, and the gap is big enough for them to squeeze through if they really wanted to. So she's got to keep them on a short leash going up the stairs. But now, with Rocket being 18 plus, he gets carried up and down because he can't get back up the stairs. He doesn't have the leg strength to push himself up, and going down, of course, that's just suicidal too. So yes, going upstairs is easier. Yep. Yeah, because it's going upstairs is always easier because it's as a person who's gone up and down stairs with crutches and without crutches because of knee injuries over the years, going up is always easier as far as maintaining balance and that kind of thing. It requires a little bit more strength, but it's easier going upstairs because you don't have to worry about falling down as going into a nice little tumble down the stairs. Because when you're going upstairs and you fall, it's usually you fall forward onto the stairs, not a big deal. But when you're going downstairs and you fall forward, it's not going to be pleasant, and it's also harder to do because it's just trying to stop your weight from being overcome by gravity. So yeah, when you're going up, you fall into the stairs and not over them. So, but yeah, generally going up is easier, although it requires more strength. Going downstairs is more dangerous and requires more attention and that kind of thing. And being aware, like telling Miss, when this has nothing to do with the Rocker Report, but going downstairs when Mrs. Gippy had her knee injury or her knee surgery, I was telling her, when you're going downstairs, don't go down with your bad leg. Never. Always go down. Don't go more than one stair, especially now because you've got a bad knee, you're recovering. Always go down, lead with your good leg and only take one stair at a time. So she goes, how do you do that? Well, you have your good leg. And then you when you step down, you're staying on your bad leg, but when you come down on the next stair, you're coming down on your good leg to support your weight, for that shock, coming down. And she goes, "What? My good leg collapse?" I go, "No, it won't, because you're going to be coming down on your good leg. You'll be fine. You'll be fine." Maybe a little bit of fibbing there, but she'll be fine. She was fine. And I said, as long as you go one step at a time, don't get greedy. Just go, stay the step, go one step down, bring your bad leg down, go down with your good leg, bring your bad leg down, that kind of stuff. Just one step at a time. Be patient, you'll be fine. And she did. She was fine, and that's that. So anyway, back to the Rocket report. Rocket doesn't use the stairs anymore. He gets carried up and down, mainly because old age, arthritis, back, hips, that kind of stuff. General weakness because he's 18 plus, and he's closer to 19 than 18 now, and just the way it is. But other than that, he's doing fine. This morning he got bacon and peanut butter. Peanut butter, of course, was to get him his medication, and then the bacon was because it was bacon day. Simple. Carefully placing an object on a surface reduces a load of 2 times gravity. Lesson from physics class. Yes. Yeah. So, like I said, he got his bacon. We don't have bacon that often, but he loves his bacon. Who doesn't? And he has peanut butter with his medication. He sucked that down too. Then he got his normal breakfast, which I got on video actually this morning, at least some of it. There's the filler. There's it again. Doing badly. Let's see what else. I did it again. Now she's just trying to get him to relax and take his nap because he was actually taking. Now here's actually a Rocket story, an actual real one. So about 15 minutes before the stream, 15 minutes before the stream started, I was telling he was out in the living room. He was starting to doze off, and he was laying on his chest, basically. He wasn't laying on the side. He was laying on his chest. He's got his front paws out in front of him, and he's dozing. It's so hilarious the way he fights going to sleep, but he's there, and he's starting to doze. His eyes are fluttering. His head's slowly getting lower and lower, and usually in this position that he's in, he uses one of his paws as a pillow, and so his head is not straight out. It's kind of looking off to the side. In this case, it's looking to his left, over his left paw, and in position to use it as a pillow as he's slowly drifting off. And so I'm just watching him. I should have filmed it, but I didn't. And he's just drifting off, and his head is slowly getting lower and lower and lower onto his paw. The only problem is his aim was a little off. And so his jaw, which is, resting on his leg, is too far to the inside. And so when his head finally, he basically falls asleep and his head plops down on his paw, it hits the edge and slides off and wakes him up. And he did that 3 times. And then after I stopped laughing, I went and I got him a little pillow to put underneath his head and, position him a little bit better. And he fell asleep briefly until he woke up, and now he's awake and won't go back to sleep, right?
No, he's running around the house. Oh. I gave him 2 or 3 drinks of water already.
Mrs. Gimpy's saying he's just running around the house making his noises, and he's giving some more water to drink, and he's still not going to sleep. So she can't run her quick errand that I'm putting in quotes. So
I'm serious.
I know you're serious. That's why I'm laughing, because you're serious. She's just shaking her head.
You're laughing as you say it.
Because it's funny that you're saying it. That you're saying it's serious. That it's going to be a quick trip, and she's serious about it. I know.
And you're making fun of me.
I
It's
know.
not nice.
I know. Now she's telling me I'm not nice because I'm making fun of her. I'm not making fun of her. I'm laughing at her. It's not the same thing. It's close, but it's not the same thing. Where is he anyway?
He's in the bathroom.
He's okay. Anyway, he's not laying down. Rocket isn't cooperating because Mrs. Gimpy's got an errand to run. A quick errand, in quotes. Okay, so pictures. We've got 2 new pictures this week. They'll be coming up here not too much longer. That's not a new one. That's an older one. You can tell by his face isn't totally white. That's a really old one. Of course, the vicious kitten, Victoria. Mrs. Gimpy, earlier this week when I was had OBS up and running while she walked in here. The video with Rocket and the little kitten playing on the couch. She goes, "Oh, that's so cute." Blah blah blah. She goes, "We should have kept her." And I go, "No, we shouldn't have kept her. Mickey would have killed her." She goes, "No, no, he wouldn't have." I go, "Yeah, he already tried. He tried once to kill her after she clawed him. He picked her up and tossed her across the room. I don't think that would have gone well." So anyway, there's a burrito. Oh, and we got a new rug this week too. I don't think it shows up in the pictures. Mrs. Gimpy finally decided we needed a new rug because the one that's in these pictures is 14, 15 years old, probably. The rug before it, Mickey and Rocket destroyed when they were teething. They just went through corners of it in like 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds. They destroyed that poor rug. But this new one, well, the new old one is gone, and now we have a new one. I don't like it, but not my choice. Mrs. Gimpy likes it, that's all that matters. But I don't like it. It's too thin. That one's not that's only from a couple weeks away. That wasn't too long ago either. I tried to put these in order. There's like 60 plus pictures now in this slideshow. I only meant to put one picture into it this week, but I went, nah, couldn't do that. Is he sleeping? He sleeps on the new rug. And as soon as we get to new pictures, we'll discuss my theory on that one. Because I have a theory. I have theories on what surfaces he likes to sleep on. Because it varies. But I definitely have a theory on why he sleeps where he sleeps sometimes. That's a cooling pad, which is very thin, but it's cooler. That's the porch. At sunset, a couple weeks back. There's another burrito in the kitchen. Is that the kitchen? Yeah, that's the kitchen. That's Mrs. Gimpy's rug. Or not rug, robe. Robe. There's another mat with that old rug underneath it. That's the old rug. Getting closer there, using his little floor mats. That's on the porch last week. With the tongue out, of course. And that's from this week when he was sunning himself at the front door. It was like 70 degrees outside. He decided to sun himself, and that was yesterday. Mrs. Gimpy had folded up like a little towel and stuff and used it as a pillow for him. So anyway, those are the two newest pictures right there. Yes, the towel burrito always looks cute. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so the new rug and surface theory. So in this place, we have multiple surfaces for them to sleep on. We have 2 rooms that are carpeted, and then the rest of the house is either laminate flooring or tile flooring. Linoleum, is that what it is? In the kitchen and in the bathrooms. So those are his surfaces of choice. And time of the year is a factor. And also of course, in the middle of the living room, which is technically laminate flooring, we have a rug underneath the coffee table, and that's what you see in the pictures usually when there's a rug there, with the mats and stuff. That's the with the flower pattern type stuff. That's the rug in the center of the living room. That one right there. That's the old rug. That's not there anymore. The new rug is a different coloring and whatever. I don't like it because the rug that's in here in the pictures, it's got a little bit of thickness to it. And he kind of liked to lay on it from time to time because it doesn't have a whole lot of cushioning to it, but it's got a little bit of firmness to it. And I think sometimes he just likes to have the firmness underneath him. Why, I don't know. Because I don't understand how his brain works. Because he lays on these tiles, which I know he lays on the tiles because they're cool. And that's actually those tiles were at our front door. And the tiles tend to stay cooler because they're ceramic tiles, right? So they tend to stay cooler during the day and in the evening. So he likes to sleep on those. The laminate flooring is cooler at first, but warms up pretty quickly when he lays on it. That I've noticed myself is because sometimes I get on I'll get down on the floor and lay next to him and stuff. And it's like the floor at first is cool, but it heats up fairly quickly to body heat. And not hot, hot, but you can feel it getting warmer. So that's why he doesn't seem to like it so much. And that's the laminate flooring too, with the rug and the mattress and the pads too. So anyway, laminate flooring during the winter is nice because it stays cooler for the most part, but during the summer it heats up a little bit more quickly. So he tends to avoid laying on the laminate flooring for the most part during the summer. And then let's see the carpet stuff. So we have carpets in 2 rooms, bedroom, and I think Mrs. Gimpy's office. Yeah, Mrs. Gimpy's office is the other carpet, and it's he likes laying on it sometimes. Again, it depends. It's not it's the rug is old. It's like 20 plus years old at least, and so it's not as fluffy as it used to be, but it's still softer than laying on the harder floors. And so I think when he's feeling achy, he likes to sleep on those rugs because they're a little bit softer. He also does the same thing. We have these floor mats that are typically, I think they're some type of memory foam, and they're not super thick like that one he's laying on there. They're about half an inch thick roughly, which is what in centimeters, 1.25 centimeters, I think is what it works out to be. So they're not super thick, but there's a little bit of cushion to them. If I lay on it, it's not. I need like 3 or 4 of them minimum to feel comfortable. But yes, he's lighter. He only weighs 10 pounds, so he doesn't squish them down as much. So he tends to enjoy laying on them a little bit better. And the downside to them is they aren't cool. So during the summer, he kind of stays on them, but mostly he moves towards the tile flooring instead. But this time of year, he tends to sleep on a little bit more because it's a little bit warmer and they're more comfortable and stuff. So the surface theory is it depends on the weather and how cool it is, the ambient, temperature in the room type deal. Is it cool? Is it warmer? Basically, if it's cooler, he likes the softer stuff. If it's warmer, he likes the harder stuff. It's that simple. It has nothing to do with whether it's achy or not usually, because he doesn't seem to care. He doesn't seem to make the connection with hard surface being hard on his body, or maybe it isn't hard on his body. Yeah, I think it is. I would think it would be because I get down on the hard surfaces and it's a pain in the ass getting back up, and it sucks to lay on those hard surfaces for a while. But he doesn't. It doesn't seem to mind. He doesn't seem to mind. His main issue is how slippery is the surface when he tries to get up because he doesn't have his stability of his youth anymore, and so he has a tendency to slide when he stands up on the slipperier surfaces. Carpet's not a big deal, but like I said, the tiles and the laminate flooring stuff he slips on quite a bit. So, stuff. But otherwise, he's fine. Maybe. Mrs. Gimpy isn't whining about him. He must be going. He must be getting closer to being asleep again, so she can do her errand. But anyway, so he's doing okay. He's taking his medication. Medication seems to be doing its thing. And the peanut butter delivery system is working look like a charm. It never fails, which is not shocking at all. And what else? Oh, he's still that new medication that we went to the vet to 2 weeks ago to help him sleep. We haven't used it once. We've used it once to test it, a half dose. Like the first day we had it, we gave him a half dose to see if it would not be a problem for him. Haven't used it since. We haven't had to because it's just the system that we're on, or the schedule that we're on for his pain medication, is working. We've got it to about 10 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock in the morning, because it's 12-hour separation on doses, and it's working. It's getting him through the night because it lasts 12 hours, so that gets to about 8 o'clock in the morning typically without issue. And sometimes in the middle of the night, if he's getting any type of anxiety or whatever, give him a quick little CBD dose, and that usually chills him down for a little bit and lets him go back to sleep, and we're good. He's being spoiled ever more. Oh yeah, he is. Mrs. Gimpy actually joked about being the rocket lift. When was it? Just about 15, 20 minutes before the stream, or so, somewhere on there. She No, maybe no. I think it was like 5 minutes before the stream. It was closer to the stream time start, and she walked in here. She's carrying Rocket, and I look at her. I go, "What did he need a lift for?" And she just looks at me and she goes, "He just wanted to come in here." And she puts him down on the floor. I go, "No, he didn't. He didn't want to come in here." She goes, "Well, no, I just need to talk to you real quick." And so, and so she comes in here, telling me about her schedule and what she wants to do, whatever. And and I go, "Is that it?" And she goes, "Yeah." And then she bends over, she picks him up. I go, "Make sure he gets his 5-star review, his 5-star review in on you." And she just kind of laughs and she goes walking out with him. And the great part is he loves it so much being picked up and carried around. He makes no fuss whatsoever being picked up and being carried. He makes no fuss whatsoever. He just, you hold him and he's just looking around like, "Oh, this is great," this kind of stuff, because he doesn't have to walk half the time. I mean, he does walk around the house on his own when he wants to, but usually, you know, she'll just be walking along and he'll be laying on the floor. She just picks him up and carries him into some other room. It's awesome. Not spoiled at all. No, definitely not spoiled at all. But it's just the expression on his face when he gets picked up. It's like, "Oh, this is so cool," because he's not used to being that tall. so, so whether at your location cold enough to justify putting your, oh God, no, not even close. We've been in the 80s all week long. I think the high today is supposed to be 80 Fahrenheit again. We were what, 81, 82 yesterday. We were at 85 the day before and 86 before that. This is like early to mid. We're like mid spring weather right now. It's crazy. It's normally not this warm in December. I'm not complaining because I've been here for about 40 plus years now, and God, I'm coming up actually in 50 years being in California. Is that right? Yeah, I've been this year. It's my 48th year here in living here in California. Crazy, huh? Anyway, I cannot remember any cold Christmases in memory to me. So almost 50 years of living here, and it's always been right around 70 degrees Fahrenheit or warmer. Very rarely do we get rain on Christmas Day. It's happened once or twice, and those would probably be technically colder days, but I don't consider those. They're so few and far between, it's not even funny. We usually don't get rain on Christmas Day, so they're usually nice. And when I say nice, I mean 70, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Beautiful day, typically. This year, it's looking like it's going to be close to 75. At the way the weather is going right now, is we've been up in the 80s the past week or so, and we're supposed to be in the 80s for a couple of days next week, and then the week after that is Christmas. And the projections are looking at we're going to be looking at somewhere about 75 degrees on Christmas Day. So yeah, Skimpy must be very distraught. Oh, because no jersey on him. Oh, that's not a big deal. Barbecue on the beach, Aussie style, pretty much, because it's summer down in Australia, right? They are a little bit warmer than us, but yeah, it's like I said, this year has been the weather has been so weird. Summer wasn't nearly as warm as it usually is, and then autumn, still we're still in autumn technically, which has been, we got a little bit of rain. We got what, 3 inches of rain total in November, which is unusual to get in November that much. Normally it's only about an inch or so, but 3 inches. So, but we'll take it. But this time of year typically starts cooling off in December. We're down into the lower 70s most of the time. But this month so far, we've been up in the 80s. So it's just unusual. Very, very weird year. Very weird year. Okay, Mrs. Kippy needs to talk to me real quick. I should have not have muted that one. So basically, she's just telling me how she's been bribing Rocket. She said, "I just gave him CBD in his frozen yogurt because it's warm out. So she got CBD in his yogurt to chill him down a little bit, and then she said he's eating his treats and his kibble out of a bowl on the floor. So again, she's trying to bribe him so she can go run her errand. So yeah, But global warming is a hoax. Oh, definitely. Oh, remember, it's not global warming anymore. It's climate change. Because climate change is actually more accurate. Because that's how you. Because when you say call something global warming, the idiots come out at winter and go, "Why do I have a snowball in my hand then?" Because that means nothing because it's winter. It is. It is. Global warming isn't about getting snowballs in the winter. This is actually climate change. Climate change has always happened. Hey, Dispiritor, welcome back. Has it? I guess I should turn this off. So we're done with the Rocket Report for now because it looks like we're getting drifted over to weather. So anyway, Rocket Report, Rocket, 18 years old. He'll be 18 years, 7 months, and a couple of days. So next week we'll talk about that one. Anyway,